Hello, everybody. Welcome into Toxic Couch Thursdays, but today it's recorded on a Saturday night because it's the Pro Bowl and we don't have to worry about
Yeah.
consistency. I am joined, as always, by my amazing co host, Alex Blackwood. Say hi, Alex.
Hey,
Hello.
everybody. Welcome to
We're,
Toxic Couch.
that's right.
If I'm a little sleepy this week, it is because it is Pro Bowl week and there is literally nothing exciting on.
I'm excited to watch the games. I probably won't catch them while they're happening, but I'm excited to watch it. Alex, I believe that we have an ad read to get to.
That is right. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Heinrich's Harmony. Heinrich's Harmony offers private piano, guitar, and voice lessons rooted in a Christ centered approach to music education. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced musician, you'll find lessons that help you grow in skill and faith. Learn more or sign up today at stepstograce.com and scroll to Heinrich's Harmony, where faith and music come together in perfect harmony. All right.
Yes. Alex,
Oh,
I
yeah,
forgot to
Colton got his
mention.
business cards in order now for it.
I forgot to mention, by the way, we we have a new email. So even this is like out of date on the back.
Ooh.
Yes. HeinrichsHarmony@gmail.com. If you're looking for anything Heinrich's Harmony related or music lesson related, we do virtual lessons, I've been doing virtual lessons all week, it feels like. Um, Email Heinrich's Harmony at Gmail, and then you'll get straight through to me.
All right,
Yay!
Coley. What's
All
new
right,
in the
Alex.
world of the Green Bay Packers?
What is new in the world of the Green Bay Packers? Now that is a great question. It feels like. Hang on one second. I'm getting the graphic up. It feels like we're losing all of our coaches that we don't want to lose, but somehow, some way, we're keeping all of the coaches that I would like us to have gotten rid of. It doesn't look like the Packers are going to get rid of Rich Bisaccia anytime soon. It doesn't look like the Packers are going to move on from Brandon McManus, at least at this point.
Oh,
Um,
no.
Obviously, still to come. People are saying that LaFleur's still working on his staff. We'll get to it later. Jonathan Gannon hired as the defensive coordinator, and that decision was made for a reason. I feel a little discouraged, and the fact that I'm going to the pumps at Quick Trip and filling up, and every time I fill up, the first headline story on the pump is Packers fans are upset that Jonathan Gannon is hired. I mean, I'm not happy about the Jonathan Gannon hire. I will deep dive into it a little bit. Obviously, once we get there, for sure. I don't know, man. It just feels they're confident that we can win a Super Bowl with the roster and the coaching staff that we have, but it feels like we have moved away from a Jeff Hafley led defense that's going to help us to a Super Bowl. It feels like we've Packers fans and I think the entire community feel defeated right now. And I think this offseason's just going to stink.
Well, I hope for your sake it doesn't. I would hate to see a depressed Colton Heinrich walking around our college campus.
Nice.
Um, in terms of Indy, um, man, Daniel Jones and Alec Pierce are both considered the highest ranked free agents at their respective positions, and I have heard nothing about any real desires to extend Alec Pierce. I've heard desires about extending Daniel Jones. If we lose Alec Pierce, we are cooked. He is our real deep threat on our team. We are not getting another deep threat like Alec Pierce on our team anytime soon. If we lose him, that will suck. Um, I have heard nothing about Chris Ballard planning on making any real free agent moves, even though it is early. The Super Bowl hasn't happened. I have a feeling that we're going to revert to the old Chris Ballard that just decides to neglect outside free agents, which would suck. I really, really, really don't want to go 8-9 again next year. That would be that would make me very, very depressed. That would have me moping around campus.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would not be fun. And I'm with you in terms of the keeping of certain staff that I really don't want on there. Several teams actually interviewed for Lou Anarumo, mainly Tennessee, and I am heartbroken that the Titans did not decide to hire Lou Anarumo because I don't really want him on my team. And I
Understandable.
think the Titans would be making a pretty stupid decision by hiring Anarumo. But Anarumo is probably better than anyone else that Chris Ballard or Shane Steichen could go find. So not sure. We'll see what he does with a full season of healthy Sauce Gardner. And that is a big if that even happens. So that's where I stand right now. That's where I'm probably going to stand for the next few months. Um, yeah, why don't we just stop mourning about our teams and go right into a abbreviated edition of Overreaction or Not. If you are new to Overreaction or Not, basically what Colton and I do is shoot hot takes at each other, and we tell each other whether or not we have overreacted, that it was an overreaction or not. And we'll give our reasonings back and forth. So I've let you start the past couple of times, Coley. I am going to start this time around, and by saying Drake May is overrated.
Oh, my heart. Absolute gross overreaction. Are you joking? Please tell me that you don't actually believe that, Alex. Please. Please tell me that you don't believe that. No. No,
It's
you actually
tempting.
believe
It's
this?
tempting.
No,
It is tempting.
please. No. No, no, no. We're not buying into this. We're not buying into this,
I'm
okay?
surprised you didn't ask me to define overrated.
No, I don't need you to define overrated. Drake May it currently is rated as the second favorite to win the MVP this year, right? That
Hmm.
so he absolutely deserved it. He deserves it. That man is taking 5 sacks a game on average in this playoffs and still taking them to win. He is young. He is everything that the Patriots were looking for. Mike Vrabel is a heck of a coach. I will not sit here just because I don't know if you remember this. Throughout the entire season, everybody loved Drake May. Throughout the season, everybody loved Mike Vrabel. And now all of a sudden, the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl, and everybody's like, "Oh, we hate the Patriots. We hate this team. We hate the players. We hate Drake May. We hate Mike Vrabel." No, you didn't. You literally colossal switch up, Co- generational switch up. I haven't seen people switch up like this since Donald Trump last week with the Epstein files. I literally haven't seen it.
I am daring and going to say not an overreaction.
That's so bogus. That's
Here's
so
here's
bogus.
why.
No.
You're right in that the Patriots have beaten the schedule allegations. You are right that as a team, the Patriots are probably the best in the AFC this year. And as a team, they are great and better than people give them credit for and deserve to be in this Super Bowl. No thanks to Drake May. You go
No.
back to the Houston game. This dude
No.
scored 7 points on 5 turnovers
Nope.
with good field position on those turnovers as well. You go to the Denver game and and he was given lots of opportunities and only dropped 10 points. He
No, no,
was
no, 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 no.
gifted
Stop
some
looking
great
at the
field
box
position in
score.
that game.
You have to stop looking at the box score and start looking at the film. Drake May didn't put up the points, but did what he had to do to win. If you go back, you look at the okay, no, no, no. This is actually go watch the games. Go watch the games. Go watch the film and come back and tell me whether or not Drake May did what he needed to do to win. He made good throws. He made smart decisions. He was conservative with the ball. You wonder why the Colts won 8 games this year and didn't lose all of them? Because the first 8 games, Daniel Jones was making smart decisions. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Smart decisions will win you football games. You need to have a smart quarterback. There are too many dumb gunslingers out there. You can't do it. You have to have smart decisions to win football games. For example, Jared Stidham lost them that football game not because Drake May's failures, but because his own dumb decisions. I refuse. I will
Jarrett had
not.
one dumb
No,
decision
no, no,
all
no.
game.
I am watching.
Yeah.
After watching the film, I am telling you right now that there is no world that we can live in where people are justifiably dogging on Drake May. I don't care what the stats say. Go watch football. Watch it. That's all I'm saying.
All right, man. That's your opinion, man. I'm not starting an argument like this on Pro Bowl week. I'm not doing it.
All right, Alex. Well, I have another reaction, and I'm going to keep it Packers related for you.
All right.
Jonathan Gannon is going to regress the Packers back 5 years.
See, I don't know. I he's definitely not a culture setter. Like he tries so hard to be a culture setter, but he's not. I I don't know what it is schematically with him, but it doesn't work. Maybe with a much better defense in Green Bay, maybe he'll do something. But I don't think he'll be anything compared to Jeff Halfley. No, absolutely not. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna say not an overreaction for right now.
I'm gonna go not an overreaction, but I'm going to wait until we actually get to weekly stories to talk about this.
Okay. Yeah, fair. Um, I'm gonna stay on the topic of coaches. Mike McDonald is already a top 3 coach in the NFL.
Mike McDonald was a top 3 coach the day he was hired. From his opening press conference to the way that he's handled the locker room, this is not an overreaction. He's 100% a top coach in the NFL for a reason.
I'm with you here. There's nothing you could say to me that would disprove that. Mike McDonald, what he has been doing defensively, especially for this team, is just outstanding. And it just can't be unseen. It is absolutely incredible. So,
Yep.
yeah, not an overreaction.
All right, Alex. You know how much I've been on Seahawks train this whole week, right? For the past
Darn
six
right.
weeks, I've been saying I'm all Seahawks. I'll put money on them.
Hmm.
Alex, this is what I'm gonna say. Overreaction or not, the Patriots have a better chance than what people are giving them, and this game inches closer to 50-50 the more that I look at it.
That's bold, actually. I am going to say not an overreaction. The thing I am going to say is the Patriots defense will keep them in it.
What about Drake May?
The defense is what has been keeping them in it all season long, and it's what's going to continue to keep them in it. But it is going to be primarily defense because that's what the side of the football that has been showing up more and it has been making an impact. Hopefully, what I see in 2 weeks, actually 8 days now, is a massive clash of defenses, a low scoring trench battle. It's going to be
Please
so
no.
fun, hopefully, to watch.
Please no. I can't handle that. I can't watch another Rams Patriots Super Bowl. I can't do it. That was one of the most boring
Well,
Super Bowls of
okay,
all
okay,
time.
that's different. There's a difference between good defensive play and just garbage offensive play. Super Bowl 53 was garbage offensive play. I'm talking real, genuine, good defensive highlights and good defensive plays. And that is what I am begging to see because that's on paper what it really should be.
Understandable.
But anyway, back to your take. You're totally right. The Patriots as a team have what it takes, and Drake May has been putting up highlights all year and making very smart decisions, like you've said. We just we gotta see it. We gotta see the offense get the points because ultimately that's what it comes down to.
Uh,
Which they're
yeah.
capable of doing. They are absolutely capable of doing. This is a better offense than the Seahawks have matched up against at all this playoffs.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. The Rams
I don't know.
offense super high powered. Rams offense was
Oh, that's
significantly
true.
better.
I forgot about Stafford. I think
The
Stafford
Ram
is probably the MVP, but
he is
out
the
of
MVP.
anyone in the AFC, anyone in the that could have made it in the AFC, the Patriots match up with them the best.
Okay. All
So
right.
not an overreaction on my end.
Okay. Well, that was a fun abbreviated version of overreaction or not.
All right.
Let's see. Let's go into weekly stories.
All right. And first, I just can't help but I know we touched up on this on late night, but I can't help but talk about the what happened with Reek Wallen on Sunday. So if you missed the NFC title game between the Rams and Seahawks, Reek Woolen made a really good play on fourth down that would have pretty much sealed the game for Seattle up 11 points. But then after the play, Reek Woolen got flagged for a really, really stupid taunting. And it basically gave the ball right back to the Rams. And which ended up, yes, that was my exact reaction to what happened. And basically, what happened is the Rams ended up scoring on that touchdown drive to then make it a one possession game. So the Seahawks did end up winning this football game, and Reek Woolen is expected to be the starter for the Super Bowl alongside Devin Witherspoon. But I really want to see how he handles adversity if he gets the chance to handle adversity in this upcoming Super Bowl.
Uh, yeah, I mean, this was seemed to be the first crack in a unit that has a lot of cohesion, a lot of good culture. What doesn't feel like from the outside as diva-ish as the Legion of Boom was, for sure. Obviously, you hate to see those kind of decisions being made by a player in such a big time game. And honestly, the only reason that the Rams were able to hang around for as long as they did were because of Woolen's incredible mistakes towards the end there. Obviously, we touched on it on late night. Um, yeah, I don't know what else there is to say other than don't expect to make that kind of mistake against a Super Bowl team, right?
Very right. Very right. Um, so another thing we talked about on late night, Cooper Cup. So apparently last year, when he was still with the Rams, he was reportedly urged by the Rams to retire. Obviously, that did not happen. He instead joined the Seahawks, which were the closest franchise to his hometown, and safe to say he's thriving there right now after beating his former team to get to the bowl.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to
We
find
got we
clips.
got We got the point. Yeah, that's got to be how you're reacting if you're the Rams right now when hearing this headline.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like they urged him out, but they moved on to what I would argue were bigger and better things with Devonte Adams and Puka Nacua. Like I feel like they tried to tank his stock and tried to get whatever team that wasn't gonna bite on him to stay away. Right? They wanted other teams to stay away.
Hmm.
And then I think that the reason why he probably wound up in Seattle is because those teams, they played him twice a year, and they're like, Cooper Cup, you mean Super Bowl MVP Cooper Cup, who we have to play every single year, twice, and we can sign him for how much? They're saying he's washed. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll sign him. Like, yeah, and he basically ended the Rams season.
Yeah. So what you're saying could be a win-win for both ends.
Yes, I'm saying it was a win-win for both ends.
All right. Okay. Remember this graphic from last week, Coley? We have more head coach
Yes.
hirings that we got to cover, so let's take care of that. Joe Brady has been promoted as from offensive coordinator to head coach of the Buffalo Bills. He will succeed Sean McDermott. The Browns go out and hire what was the Ravens offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, to be their next head coach. And the Steelers, we talked about how Aaron Rodgers would only come back if Mike McCarthy was hired as their head coach. The Steelers actually went out and hired Mike McCarthy.
They did not hire Mike McCarthy for Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that that's the case. If you go and you watch that press conference, it seems to me that there was only one right man for Pittsburgh. Mike McCarthy, Big Mike, in tears while talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, while getting to talk about how he gets to come home and coach, won all of Pittsburgh's hearts over. They were all about to riot in the streets. They were all about to say, "We're going to uh, burn Heinz Stadium down." I know it's not Heinz Stadium. Don't come after me, but it always will be in my head. And then all of a sudden, Big Mike gets on a mic, says some Big Mike things that all of us Packer fans, all of us who have watched Big Mike for this long, says some really Pittsburgh stuff, starts crying, and all of a sudden, all the Yinzers are like, "Hey, this guy's not too bad." Yeah, of course. Of course he's not too bad, you know? And we had Grandpa on the show last week who said, "Hey, I don't love the hire, but, he's a Pittsburgh guy. He definitely knows what it means to be a Steeler. He knows what it means to be from the area, and he knows what it means to love this football team. So, he's not opposed to it, which I wouldn't be either. I haven't strayed away from the fact that I am part-time Steeler fan. On this show, I haven't strayed away from that fact at all. I root very heavily for the Steelers. As long as they're not playing the Packers, I'm all over it. This feels this feels right.
I can't help but agree. This feels like a match made in heaven. I'm gonna be so for real.
It's the best hire of the three for sure. The Joe Brady hire, I like it in theory if it didn't come from inside, right? It feels like that's going to cause a lot of conflict in the locker room. That's like saying, hey, uh, I'm going to divorce your dad, Josh Allen. I'm going to divorce your dad, but I'm gonna marry his brother that he's been letting live here. Like that's how that feels to me, you know. Feels very icky. Feels very gross. Feels like kind of cheating on a spouse almost to me.
Yeah, I
Uh,
understand that analogy.
that it feels icky. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'd rather them go outside and hire somebody than keep it in the family.
Okay, but you and I both know what the worst hire on this graphic is.
Oh yeah, he's sitting dead center.
Yeah. I don't know what the Browns were thinking.
I don't
I
know
don't
either.
know. I don't know what they plan to do with Todd Monk in there. Um, he single handedly caused Lamar's downfall.
And
I
he
don't get.
did you see what he said to Shador? He said, "I wanted to draft you in Baltimore. I wanted to draft you in Baltimore. Never forget it." Lamar Jackson's in
Then why
Baltimore.
didn't he? Then why didn't he make it happen?
Lamar Jackson's in Baltimore. That's why. Because Lamar
Could have
Jackson, two-time
could have happily
MVP.
backed him up.
Yeah, no. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Just I don't think he's fit to be a head coach. I'm sorry. I
I don't
don't.
I don't disagree with you. The Browns be the Browns.
On the topic of Shador Sanders, we have some pretty questionable names that ended up making this year's Pro Bowl games as an alternate. And it makes me nostalgic to the time when Tyler Huntley was named to a Pro Bowl. Um, we got names like Shador Sanders and Keyshawn Nixon and Joe Flacco going to the Pro Bowl this year.
Joe Flacco's elite. He should have had Pro Bowls forever ago. Don't even. This is his first
Yes,
one. He deserves it. I refuse. This is makeup for the times that he didn't make it.
that's true. That is very true.
So Joe Flacco, I get why he's on here because he was a backup quarterback, but it's fine. First time that one team has had two quarterbacks that were on their roster to start the season. Ooh, my wife is giving me. Is it hot? Hang on, Maya. Hang on. Come here. Tell me what it is. Hang on. I'll get you on the stream. Come here. 1 second. All right, come here. No, it's okay. Your hair looks. Oh, hang on. 1 second. She has to get camera ready. All right, come on screen. She's been baking this whole time.
Okay.
All right. Tell the camera what you've got. Here. Hang on. Put on the headset.
Hi, Alex.
I'm
Okay, so I'm gonna do a close up. A close up.
The lighting is not. Oh, there it goes. Oh, yeah, leave it right there.
Ooh. So it's apple and maple syrup, and it's supposed to be like a little pie.
ooh.
That's so.
Coley, can we get your thoughts on how this might taste?
I'm gonna leave it right here. Oh, it was like in the muffin tin. That's so cute. Oh, and you put a top on it. Nice.
Isn't it so
It's so
cute?
cute. That's so cute. I don't know. Hang on. I should try to show the camera.
It's really hot.
It's really hot. Can you see? Oh yeah, there's the muffin top. Oh, it's so hot. Okay, that looks delicious. I can't wait to try it. Thank you for bringing that over to me. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's
What do you mean,
let's get
sorry
back.
about that? Why don't we give a round of applause to Amaya for that surprise appearance?
Hang on. I've got it. Give me 1 second. Yep. 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 Great.
Okay, I have the last clap. I have the last clap. Okay.
Oh yes. It's the
Anyways,
trivial things.
anyways,
Anyways.
some of these very odd nominations to the Pro Bowl have drawn suspicion with the fans, and fans have started to beg the honest question of should they just abolish the Pro Bowl games? They've become such a joke anyway, and nobody even wants to participate in them anyway. So it's just like, what's the point?
Yeah. I mean, the ideal thing would be four nations face off type thing, right?
Yeah.
Because the NHL really, I think it's just because hockey players genuinely have a screw loose where they can say, I'm going to put my life and body on the line for four games that don't matter. Like, they need to find a way that's going to make these games matter. I have been no. I have been no fan of Keyshawn Nixon this season, and his antics on and off the field. I have been very anti Keyshawn Nixon. I try to keep it respectful as possible, and I'm going to continue to try to keep it as respectful as possible. But this scares me as a Packer fan because I think that they're going to see, oh, Keyshawn Nixon is a Pro Bowler. That means that we can keep him around for a little bit longer and do the typical Packer thing: keep bad players for a little bit too long, keep good and get rid of good players a little bit too early. That's what I'm scared about.
Yeah, we already covered that I'm pretty sure the Packers cut the wrong defensive back by getting rid of Diggs.
Yeah, I think so too. Diggs didn't even get a chance.
No, he did not. And then you look
Yes,
at teams like Cleveland with Shador Sanders. Are they in the are the people in the organization saying, "Hey, this is our QB of the future," even though he threw more picks than touchdowns this year? Like, really, guys?
that's
It,
so
it,
cute.
it,
Boba just went to go lay on Amaya. That's adorable.
oh,
Yeah, I don't know, man. But it is Pro Bowl week, right? So
yeah.
I wore Pro Bowler Clay Matthews today, switching it
I
up. I haven't
wore I wore Pro Bowl alternate Tyler Warren today.
Yes. See, I have not worn Clay Matthews at all on the show. He's kind of one that I keep stuck in the back. I've got
Yeah.
like 25 jerseys that I try to rotate through on the show. I just
Mm-hmm.
haven't gotten
Yeah.
there. All right. Well then.
Um, let's go to some coordinator hires. Obviously, not every coordinator hire is going to get a whole weekly story. Only the ones that are like Packers or Colts, like stuff that you and I would care about, or like the really big important ones, like this one right here with Sean Mannion. Now, normally this absolutely would not be a weekly story, but the Eagles offensive coordinator job has been reported to be the most unattractive coaching position in years. And here is why. It's pretty self-explanatory, actually. The people you are going to be working with, starting with the quarterback, Jalen Hurts, reportedly extremely hard to work with and increasing in terms of character issues. The head coach having the same problems, Nick Sirianni, just having those constant character issues as a head coach, being very hard to work with and especially working under. Like, imagine having to submit to someone like that. And then last but not least, you're working with one of those programs where your wide receiver one is a straight diva. When you have this much of character issues, how are you supposed to run an offense?
I see. I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking about why are all the coordinators who are getting hired right now from the Packers coaching staff? Why is everybody who is getting hired right now coming from the Packers? Right? Like
Mm-hmm.
GMs, front office jobs, coordinators, you name it. If the Packers have somebody, they're gone. Testament to Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst and Mark Murphy and Ed Policy, right? Like that's a
Mm-hmm.
huge testament to those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Yeah.
it
So, in
hurts. It hurts
short,
me.
Sean Mannion is going to have his work cut out for him going to Philadelphia, that's for sure.
You know what's
Any
bad?
any opportunity to be an offensive play caller is a great opportunity, don't get me wrong. It's just calling plays for the Philadelphia Eagles is probably way harder than calling offensive plays for any other organization in the NFL.
But this team and those personalities perfectly embody the city of Philly. You know, the toxicity, the negativity. I mean, it embodies Philly, doesn't it? Like
Mm-hmm.
Nick Sirianni is the embodiment of a Philly coach. Uh, AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts embody Philly. It feels like Saquon Barkley is like a standout, stand-up guy, which he is. I'm not saying that he's not.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying that it's crazy to me that that man is just like, and all the offensive line, I would say too. But when
Mm-hmm.
your quarterback and your receiver, you know the team that I told you I would not cover this year, and any of the drama that I would not cover. What did I say?
Yeah. You would not cover AJ Brown.
I told you, and as many times as you would try to throw it in weekly stories, I was like, no, we will not do that because
Just
it's
because
not
it's
worth
not
my
worth our
time.
time.
It's not worth my time.
No.
Like it's worth talking about it now because in the coordinator role, but
Mm-hmm.
it's genuinely not worth my time because they're still going to go do good things.
But I think this is a great hire by Philadelphia, getting someone from a positive environment like Green Bay, trying to build more of that positivity into the offense. I think this is a
Agreed.
great hire.
I think so too.
Hmm. All right, Coley, we've made it. Jonathan Gannon is now the defensive coordinator. Now I put two types of cheese up on this graphic, Coley. Will the Packers defense remain cheddar or will it go to Swiss?
That's a good one. I like that. I appreciate that you used the Colts picture of him too. Did you guys like him when he was with the Colts or no?
He was our defensive backs coach. So Kenny Moore was an undrafted rookie that signed with us, and it was under his development that he became the player that he is now. So I appreciate Jonathan Gannon. I
So
appreciate he was our DB's coach the last time the Colts made the playoffs.
okay. So I'm gonna start with the positives. Okay. Gannon has the background in the defensive backs position that could elevate this DB room that needs it desperately. Jonathan Gannon has the background. Jonathan Gannon has a scheme that he says that he likes not to run a base defense, but he likes to switch up his scheme based off of who they're playing and the personnel that they're going to see week to week. Jonathan Gannon, very smart defensive guy. Now, after saying all those positive things, and there's a reason why I led with the positive things because I'm trying to be a little bit more positive about everything uh, lately. I still struggle with this hire a lot. You and I on this show have been very outspoken against Jonathan Gannon and his behavior in the locker room and on the sideline. Let us not forget that he punched and was fined for punching a player out of anger on the sideline. Jonathan Gannon is not a guy that I have seen that is going to go and rah rah hype up the guys. And that scares me because neither is Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur is not a guy that's going to go rah rah, go hype up the guys. Matt LaFleur is always going to be the I'm calm, I'm level headed, I'm not going to like for example, Matt LaFleur is not going to take his shirt off and say go out and beat the mother trucking Bears, right? Unlike a coach like Ben Johnson, gonna take his shirt off, say I effing hate these guys, and keep going. Like you know what I mean? Like there are two different mentalities here, and Jonathan Gannon falls underneath the Matt LaFleur mentality. Now, I have been very outspoken about my support of Matt LaFleur, how I think that he is the coach of the Green Bay Packers. He is the coach that's going to bring us to a Super Bowl. ignore that little like 3 week tangent where I was really upset and angry at him, where I said he should be fired. That's me of the past. I've grown up since then. Uh, but Alex, I struggle with this hire because it feels like it's putting too much stress on guys like Micah Parsons to strictly lead the locker room and bring the energy, when it has to be instilled in them by the coaches, right? It has to be injected into those players by the coaching staff. And Matt LaFleur has very much been like, hey, we have to let our guys lead. We have to. I remember when Jordan Love was struggling in his first year as the starter, Matt LaFleur said, hey, what we need to do is Jordan needs to go into this offseason and really step it up and be a vocal leader. Jordan Love, now considered to be one of the best leaders in the entire NFL, right? Jordan Love, often
Mm-hmm.
considered great dude. Okay, I love that. I love that. But having two of these guys in the same locker room, and then having a question at offensive coordinator and at special teams coordinator, there is not enough of rah rah, I'm going to hype you up guys in this locker room right now. There's not enough, hey, we're going to go punch a guy in their face and we're going to run it down their throat, or we're going to fly to the ball 11 heads. That's why I loved Jeff Hafley. Jeff Hafley, emotionally and coaching wise, was the almost the complete opposite of Matt LaFleur, to where he is like, I'm going to get in there with you guys. I'm going to jump up and down. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to show my emotions. Matt LaFleur on occasion has done that, but it's just not been his style, notoriously. This feels, Alex, the word that I'm looking for is tame, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not the worst hire they could have had, but not the thing that the Packers need for the culture, and it's tame. When you have Micah Parsons and a whole bunch of guys who can fly around, you need somebody who's going to be able to rally those troops, because the lack of rallying these troops is what caused the Packers to lose those fourth quarter games, because they just didn't have anybody to rally them. And Alex, I'm going to pitch a hypothetical to you. Fourth quarter, okay? Bears are driving. It's the NFC Championship game next year. The Bears are driving down the field to go win the game and go to the Super Bowl. We have Jonathan Gannon calling the defense, and he needs to rally the troops. And he needs to send them out there with the "we're going to go out and we're going to win" kind of speech. We're going to ice this game. Is Jonathan Gannon capable of that from everything that you've seen?
From what I've seen, he is going to try so hard to hype them up just for them to cringe at him.
Thank you. And that's exactly the answer I knew you would give me. And that's exactly the answer I was looking for. Nobody takes this guy seriously. Alex, you and I have had a coach in the past. You and I, now that I'm mentioning it, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Where it's like the defensive coach who thinks that they're going to go get up in your face and rally you up, and then you just look at him like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, I know your first name. I hang out with you as like friends off the field. Why are you going to yell at me?
Yeah.
You know? And
Mm-hmm.
that's the most demoralizing thing, when people think that they have the ability to go be that rah-rah guy when they are not that rah-rah guy. Jonathan Gannon,
Mm-hmm.
smart, intelligent. He can be a stellar defensive play caller, but what he lacks is what scares me. Okay, I agree with it from a scheme perspective. I agree with it from a he's going to elevate the defensive backs. I disagree with it because he's not the right fit for the culture. Now, what do I know? I'm not in the room. I'm just a Packer fan who lives in Milwaukee, who gets to, watch the sport for a living and cover it and talk to people adjacent to the sport. I don't know anything. I'm willing to be wrong, but this feels like Joe Barry all over again to me.
Yeah, no, for now I'm gonna fully agree with you. I just I don't know. I'm gonna see and just watch what happens. Honestly,
Sorry for that very long rant. It felt like those were. I have specifically held my tongue on this all week and really thought about it, and I didn't even talk about it on late night so that I could talk about it here.
twas a good analysis, not a rant. All right, so now we can move on to one of our more controversial weekly stories this week, and that is that Hall of Fame voting took place this week, and all the candidates will be announced at the NFL Honors this coming week. One person that we know did not make it and did not get the 40 out of 50 votes that was needed for him to get in was Bill Belichick. Which here's what I'm gonna say. Imagine being so good at football, so good at coaching people up, so good at just doing everything you need to be able to do to set a culture, set up a scheme, correctly play call, develop people around you. Imagine being so good at all of those different things that when you don't make the Hall of Fame at the first chance possible, the whole integrity of the hall is questioned. Just imagine.
Can we also throw on to Bill Belichick's accolades there? He was the GM of the team as well.
That is true. He was.
So everybody who's saying, "Oh, well, he had Tom Brady," yeah, he chose to have Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm. That's
He
right.
he chose to have Julian Edelman and Gronk. He
He
chose to re-sign Gronk. He also chose to trade Gronk, but that's besides the point.
he
Um,
chose Brady 199th, by the way.
I'm telling you right now, I don't think Bill Belichick and his GM abilities are nearly credited enough in this whole argument. You and I can beat this
No.
like a dead horse. We're covering this on Saturday. This news broke on Monday. Like this has been beaten like a dead horse in the media, right? Oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
this is terrible. Oh my gosh, and then obviously the subsequent stories that have followed. The oh my gosh, now the Hall of Fame is being investigated. The voters are being investigated. Okay, blah 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 blah. Right? We've all heard it at this point. If you're watching this show, you love football. You've already know what happened. But let's
Yeah.
talk about it from the perspective of, oh my lord, he was not only a good coach, he was not only one of the best coaches, he was also one of the best GMs football has ever seen. Every single year making it to the Super Bowl without that consistency. And then you're going to be like, oh, but the Patriots scandals. The Patriots scandals weren't scandals until the Patriots did them, right? Deflategate would have never been a scandal unless the Patriots did it. They set the new precedent. It became a scandal because the Patriots did it. And it's
Mm-hmm.
been proven false. It's been proven that it didn't happen. Oh yeah, the Tuck rule only changed because the Patriots did it. Hey, do you remember Spygate? Spygate only changed because the Patriots did it. Every other team was doing it. This is not the things that the Patriots did to get a competitive advantage were not cheating at the time. Then the NFL said, "Oh, this was cheating. Patriots get in trouble for it. Nobody else does."
Yeah.
I'm
Can't
sorry.
really
The
disagree there.
I I can't sit here and look at any of the Patriots scandals except for Bill Belichick and his 27-year-old girlfriend and say, "Yeah, that one's worth our time."
I mean, we can talk about some of the scandals with Robert Kraft that don't necessarily relate to football, but that's a conversation for a different time.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying though. Like with Bill Belichick's girlfriend, let's keep it on the football field. On the football field, it didn't happen. Do you remember, like, for example, people used to say the SEC paid for their players. People used to say that the SEC tried to get a competitive advantage. Everybody tries to get a competitive advantage. It's football. Sorry.
Yeah.
So what? It's not cheating when they do it, but then all of a sudden they do it, and then it is cheating. For example, right? Let's throw this to something that you and I can live with. I run a fantasy football league, right? Heinen Wiz football. We've talked about it a lot. In in
I think I
in
know
one of
where
the
you're
Heinen.
going with this.
Oh no, you know exactly where I'm going with this. In one of the years, we had somebody who was in the playoffs get one of our last place teams drop a bunch of guys, so that the guy in the playoffs can go and get them and win the playoffs, right? Now theoretically, that wasn't cheating because I didn't have a rule for it. But I didn't like it. None of the other guys liked it in the league, and they were like, "Oh, that's kind of scummy." But that's we didn't penalize him for doing it. We were just like, "Hey, you know, show some integrity and don't do that, please." But besides that, we didn't punish him because it was my fault for not having the rule in the first place. So now we have the rule, don't we, Alex? Rosters are locked once the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs start. This is the same thing that has happened with the Patriots. Oh my gosh, the Patriots are trying to win football games legally and find loopholes. Yeah, darn straight, dude. Everybody's going to try to win football games. Everybody's going to try to get loopholes. Now, this is a very stark contrast and a very stark difference to what Michigan was doing. Michigan, actually, it was illegal for them to be doing that and to be sign stealing, and they did it. That's different. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Michigan broke the rules, didn't set a new standard. We could talk about cheating in sports, but Bill Belichick being snubbed from the Hall of Fame is one that is ridiculous.
No, yeah, it's ridiculous. And later we're going to be talking about someone who is accused to have something to do with what happened with it, but that's a conversation for later. Um our next weekly story takes us to Atlanta. They have hired a new GM. The assistant to the Chicago Bears, Ryan Poles, Ian Cunningham, has just been hired by the Atlanta Falcons. What do we think about this hire?
The NFC North is who everybody wants to be, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's who everybody wants to
No,
be. Everybody wants a piece of the North.
Ryan Poles has done great work. And if you sat and told me that not one of those signings that the Bears made, not one of those draft picks that the Bears have made was not influenced in some way by this guy, I would say you are lying to my face. There's just no way. This dude has to have so much influence on what Ryan Poles has done
Oh
thus
no.
far, and it's just I'm. It's about time this guy got a job. I'm so excited for what he does in Atlanta.
Sorry, I'm currently eating this wonderful thing my
Are
wife
you
made.
eating the muffin?
I want to give it a shot while we're on stream. This is delicious. Maya, how did you make this? What did you put in it? Huh? Flour, sugar, cornstarch, salt, a little bit more sugar, butter, and apples, and syrup. That's delicious. Did you burn your hand very badly? Oh, oh, I didn't hear the crash. Maya burnt her hand.
Ooh.
Oh, Boba's currently tending to her injuries. Oh, never
Oh.
mind. Boba's definitely not. Boba's selfish. She's
Oh.
trying to drink the water Maya had her hand in. Yeah, Alex, I don't know what else there is to be said about this other than what you just said.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to see what he does in Atlanta. This is going to be an exciting hire. Last but not least for our weekly stories for this week, we have a GM firing. That safe to say, it kind of puzzled me. What did you think about it, Coley?
Hang on 1 second. Let me finish chewing. Alex.
Um, while he's chewing,
Mm-hmm.
the Vikings went out and they fired their general manager, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, if I pronounced that right. He was with the team just 4 years and made the playoffs in two of those seasons with them. They went out. They were having some they were building sort of a bridge of quarterbacks ever since Kirk Cousins. And the only explanation I could possibly come up with for firing this guy is that that bridge had not been finished being built yet.
So,
Regardless,
Alex.
this is a terrible firing in my eyes. What?
Oh, no. So I disagree. He has drafted no Pro Bowlers in his 4 years of being with the team. Okay. And if you look at everybody who has reported on this, all of the big NFL honchos who are not us, they all say that the writing was on the walls and that this was going to happen. They were in talks to see if they could find a resolution, couldn't find a way out, and just heightening the the issue when Sam Darnold made the Super Bowl and they let him walk. They obviously failed on the Daniel Jones bidding. Um, yeah, I can't lie to you. This makes sense to me.
But here's my argument. The free agent signings that they have accomplished in that time. Bringing in Aaron Jones, bringing in Ryan Kelly and Will Fries, stealing Ryan Kelly and Will Fries from us. That was rough. All the defensive free agent signings that the Vikings have signed. Great free agency wizard this guy is.
But
Whatever.
none of those guys have made a Pro Bowl since they went to the Vikings, and none of those guys have. I would argue that those guys were past their prime. Good signings, good bridges, but not anywhere that we're going to get them anywhere close to a Super Bowl.
But as a cohesive unit, great team. Literally a quarterback away.
They had the quarterback, though. That's the problem.
Did they? Did they?
Yes, yes, they did. If they would have ridden it out with Sam
Nine.
Darnold during the Super, no, if they would have ridden it out with Sam Darnold during the Super Bowl this year, I hate to tell you.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know. I don't think anyone would have possibly predicted that immaculate breakout from Sam Darnold.
Fair.
All right, and with that, we go to my This Sucks rant, which is the unnecessary hate on Bill Polian. Now, there are allegations that Bill Polian is the one that intentionally rigged it so that Bill Belichick did not get in. I have seen zero reliable sources proving this. I have seen zero reliable sources saying that he told other people to not vote for him. All I know is that he probably didn't vote for Bill. I would imagine he wouldn't have voted for Bill because he hates Bill Belichick. They were rivals. And he is receiving a whole bunch of unnecessary hate for the NFL community for things that don't even have to do with the Hall of Fame. For example, how he handled things as a GM. Are you serious? This dude drafted Reggie Wayne, Dwight Freeney, and Dallas Clark in back-to-back-to-back years. This dude was an amazing GM. He also drafted Peyton Manning and Edgerrin James in back-to-back years. Built one of the most juggernaut teams in the NFL. Literally had the most wins out of any team in the 2000s. With one franchise. And even before that, won 3 straight AFC titles with the Bills. Took the Carolina Panthers to the NFC Championship in their second season as a franchise. This dude is an amazing GM, and I don't care what anyone says. about it otherwise. This dude does not deserve the hate, especially for stuff that does not have to do with what they're currently flaming him for. I don't get it. Now, I feel very obligated to defend this man because he's kind of my daddy. I kind of love him. But yeah, I just I don't see the hate. I don't. And I don't see any evidence of him rigging anything. So that's what sucks.
Nice. That's a good one. Yeah, he definitely didn't. He did not vote for Belichick. There is no way. Bill Polian
But
has
he
to hate
did
Belichick's guts.
but he didn't coerce anyone into not voting for him either.
Well, I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick has a winning record against almost every single NFL team, so I think everybody hates
Well,
him,
especially Indianapolis.
especially Indy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is like if Josh Allen becomes a Pro Bowl voter one day and doesn't vote for Mahomes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like that for those of us just joining football. For those of you who may not know your football lore, strap in because it's drama every week. All right, well,
Yeah.
Alex, I've decided to pivot this week because I couldn't find anything that sucks. So I decided to go with what's good. What's good is a little bit of a
Yeah.
shout out, to my high school choir director, Mrs. Frieden, who would ask us every single Friday, "What's good?" and it's how we would start our day. Alex, for my what's good rant, I have decided to talk about us and Toxic Couch TV. Now, despite the name, and despite Toxic Couch being literally in the name, and the fact that we're toxic, we aren't that toxic. Believe it or
No,
not. And if
we're
you get to know
nothing
us,
compared to all those other
no,
podcasters I see.
no, no. And actually, we try to err on the positive side of things and try to go right down the middle.
Hmm. Toxic Couch is a place.
Not a people. But
Hmm.
that's a lie. Toxic Couch is a people at this point. It used to be a place, now it's a people. It's evolved. Well, those people are all coming together in 1 week from tomorrow and calling the big game for the fifth straight year in a row. And this is what we all look forward to every single year. It's what brought Toxic Couch alive. It is why we are what we are. Is we get together and we call this game. And it's fun every single year, right?
Oh yeah, very fun.
We've cut promos for this over and over again, and we're going to keep cutting promos for it. But this is what's good, Alex. You and I sat down yesterday and we started working on our Super Bowl spectacular. We
Hmm.
started working on, and we got Tanner on the phone. We got a few other special people on the phone that I can't tell you about just yet, but just know that it's really, really good. So good that Alex and I were jumping like little girls in my living room. That's how good it
Hmm.
was. There are so many good things happening with Toxic Couch. We're growing. We're talking to people. We're getting experience. We have an opportunity coming up that's going to just blow everybody out of the water. But
Hmm.
what's also good is we have a lot of new projects that we're working on to coincide with this Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Alex and I were talking before the show, before we went live, and let me tell you, Alex is cooking up something that I believe could be one of the greatest hits in all of sports. I genuinely believe it could be one of the greatest things. And it's so good that we may have to delay it to make sure that it's done right. What's good is us. We are doing such good things. And
Hmm.
I can't wait for all of you to see what we do. I can't wait for you guys to join us for the Super Bowl next week. Man, what's good, what's happening right now is what's good. Toxic Couch TV is my what's good this week.
Toxic Couch is booming.
It is booming. It is booming. And it's not booming in terms of, hey, we have hundreds of new followers every week. Hey, we have hundreds of new subscribers, new followers, new views. No, but that's not what we're after right now, right?
No.
What we're after is just building us and having fun. And I tell you what, now that the regular season and the playoffs are basically wrapped up, that's what's been good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, that's
That's what I
that's a
got for
great
you.
place to end for this week. Sorry, I totally interrupted you.
No, I was telling you that that's all I have.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a great way to end Toxic Couch TV. It is a great thing to talk about what's good every so once a while. Before we leave tonight, just a big thank you once again to our sponsor, Heinrich's Harmony, offering Christ-centered piano, guitar, and voice lessons, plus worship band and ensemble opportunities for musicians of all levels. If you're looking for lessons that inspire both your talent and your faith, visit stepstograce.com and scroll down to Heinrich's Harmony, where faith and music come together in perfect harmony. Holy cow, these
Yes.
shows keep getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah, just wait until there's an off season and there is no show.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. Like we said, we
Man,
have lots of things coming.
yeah, we are. We have late night tomorrow night too.
Is it going to be tomorrow
Crazy
night or
work.
is it going to be on Monday again?
We'll see what the guys can do, but I think probably tomorrow.
All
If
right.
not tomorrow, for sure Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
For
Yeah.
sure Monday. Let's see. This episode will probably go up tomorrow on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow being Sunday, Pro Bowl Sunday. Tonight, after we're done, late night from last week will go up because I forgot about it
Yep.
and got busy. The national championship went up today. Finally, I salvaged that video. I worked on it all week to make sure that it didn't die. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So much good stuff going on. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be so much fun. Our Super Bowl broadcast is going to be so much fun,
Yeah, it's going to be
especially
the
with
greatest
double the amount of
broadcast of
people
all
this
time.
year.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still waiting to see if John Toma will be joining us, but yes, it's going to be great for
All
sure.
right. Well, that does it for us.
That does do it for us.
We want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for
Yes,
your time.
and I'm
Once
going to keep
again,
calling you
I'm
guys.
once again I'm Alex Blackwood. This is Colton Heinrich with one last message,
I was going to say I'm going to keep calling you guys couch potatoes until it catches on.
and it is going to catch on.
Yeah, darn right. All right, couch potatoes. I'm going to do what I normally do. If you're on Twitch, make sure you follow us. Make sure that you drop a gift sub or drop some bits because we can actually get paid for this now. So if you like what we do, pay us. I'm kidding. Don't pay us. We're not worth it. Go spend your money on something real. But if you're on YouTube, you can drop a subscription. That's completely free. Like the video, share with your friends. Hey, if you're interested in a Toxic Couch hoodie that we've been showing off, we currently have a few orders in for those. So if you're interested in your own, reach out to us, DM us on Instagram, DM us on Twitch. We'll get you your Toxic Couch hoodie, okay? Great. Awesome. With that being said, peace out, couch potatoes.
All right. Peace out.
Toxic Couch TV, your weekly show with glee. Colton and Alex Harmony. Toxic Couch.